All right, so next day, we got the lights in, so I'm gonna work on this pulley. It's just an eBay pulley, OBX, cheap stuff. It's usually most of the stuff that goes into my car here. I mean, it's a cheap budget, basic build, but this thing here, it's gonna add to the tiny little bits of stuff that we got going on with it. So, gonna go to a birthday party here in a little bit with the family, so I'm gonna try to pop this on real quick. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna try to do it without having to jack up the car. See how it works out. Should be fairly easy in theory, right? All right, so a couple of things I got to do before I put this one on. Definitely want to reference my timing mark. So I found my timing mark here. So I'm just going to make the tiniest little bit of mark just to reference. I'm not gonna search for it every time. And then I'm gonna go ahead and line this up. Reference that, mark it on here, so that way at least it's kind of close and I can kind of know where top dead center is if I ever have to do timing. I mean, timing's not super important, is it really? Anyway, so let me get this taken care of, then we're going to have to remove this keyway that's stuck in here and put it into this side, which should be fun. Considering this is super aftermarket, but anyway, I'm going to take care of that and then we'll try to put it back in the car. Sweet. Oh wow, that side's in pretty easy. Surprisingly. That's awesome. All right, let me just reference this timing mark. Just kind of line it up. As you can see, obviously, that this pulley is a bit smaller. So not only is it going to work the engine less to turn the other pulleys, it's way lighter. This is about 5.5 pounds. And I know people are like, oh, well, it's a balance, or it needs it to balance. I mean, I've seen tons of people run these things with no issues. I mean, I got a 200,000 mile engine that I've already boosted up to 6 pounds with no management. So I really don't think a harmonic balancer is going to hurt me any more than I'm already doing. So, but yeah, this is about, I don't know, 7 to 9 ounces. This is 5.5 pounds, 16 ounces in a pound. So it's much less rotational weight that the engine's having to do, and it's turning the pulleys a little bit slower. So if you don't know what a pulley does, that's pretty much what it does. It's not gonna give you like 100 horsepower or anything, but every little bit helps. So, all right, so I got my timing mark referenced. I don't know if you can see it, but got little scratchies there. So I'm gonna take this wood chisel. I don't give a fuck. It's a wood chisel. I don't do woodwork. I do car work. It's been laying around in my toolbox. What do I care? So set it up. Just gonna give it a good whack. Hang in there with me. All right. I just have a little mark. That's our timing mark. Just gonna file it now a little bit, and then on the car. All right. Nice little timing mark there, all deburred. So if I ever have any issues, you can at least get this close to top dead center. All right, let's go put this bitch on. out in the air. Ooh. All right, it's all in. Seems to be lined up pretty well. And the moment of truth, this belt can be too short. So it wasn't quite sitting flush when I got it in. It was wobbling a bit. Just this keyway just wasn't sitting in properly. So just like with most aftermarket, at least generic aftermarket pop-offs or eBay, Chinese, whatever, modifications are necessary. So I just took my Dremel and just made it a little bit deeper, probably about a 1/16 of an inch or so, so this keyway would sit in a little bit better, and fits in much better now. So just new belt and I'll be ready to rock. So I finally tracked down the right size belt and got it on, test drove everything, and it's running real good. So the pulley is on, the car's super fast, and I'm gonna go do some more burnouts with it. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.